Hey folks, it's your boy Amateur Overlord. I know it's been a minute again, but um, I've been getting everything organized, and I think that I just like the way the room is set up here. Like I like the way everything is kind of balanced. So this could be my new place to do my vlogs, because the other place the lighting was a little too extreme. But here, as I have it right now, I can control the lighting in this room. The acoustics are pretty good in here also, and yeah, this will probably be where I'm gonna be. Not that you mind, like you're here for the content. You don't really care where I do what I do, as far as I'm aware. But anyway, before I get into the meat and potatoes of what I'll be talking about today, and the subject is gonna be value, and values relates to cost and to people, which is very, very important. But I'll also like to give a shout out to Teddy Hoggle. He's always looking out for me. He's a great guy, does great content. But first things first, I wanted to share two books that I've been reading simultaneously. I always recommend this because if you read one thing at a time, especially in my case, I get bored. So I try to read two books at a time. I'm not trying to be fancy, it's just how I do it. So this is the first book. This is the second volume of Freakonomics. If you've read Freakonomics, the first volume, this is the second volume. It goes into some really interesting facts about, this one in particular talks about what age people are, if they tend to be professional football or soccer players, and why that is, and what the correlation is between birth defects and health problems, and the month in which you're born. And he makes the correlation that people whose mothers were pregnant with them that were born in times of, let's say, and this is a statistic that probably is going to affect mostly Muslim people as it relates to Ramadan. Basically, if your mom was pregnant with you during Ramadan, regardless of any point in your gestation or the time in which you were in there, you're more likely to have birth defects associated with that. And even if your mom didn't directly participate in the fast, in that, usually in a commiseratory fashion, they might eat less, and that would affect the baby and thereby cause the baby to grow at a different rate or be less healthy. So kids that, obviously Islam follows the lunar calendar, so it's different each year, but if and it's worse for the women in the West because of the length of the days. It's really interesting. Anyway, give that one a read. And then there's this one. Let's do this here. There we go. Dr. Laura Schlesinger, a favorite author of mine. Bad Childhood, Good Life. One of the most amazing books I've ever read. This one is called Stop Whining and Start Living. And I'm not as far into this one as I am into this one, but great books. All right, so let's talk about value. Literally, moments ago, I realized what today's topic needed to be based on the conversation and some other conversations that I have had. We have this bad habit of human beings of thinking that the people that are dismissive of us or don't respond to us or treat us badly are in some way important. And we might not say this out loud, but we might give them more import in our mind, like, oh wow, okay. In the same way, it's almost like, I call it the cat theory. Like if you go into a room and you're all over a cat might be like, no, 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 no. But if you go into a room and you ignore the cat, 9 times out of 10 that cat wants to know why you don't think it's the most awesome thing in the world, and that must mean you're superior to it, and it comes over some trying to rub up on you and know it's gross stuff it does. We do this as people. We assume that those that don't understand or enjoy us in the level that the people that already love us do are in some way superior to us, and that they might see our flaws more carefully, and that's why they treat us this way. And it's all subconscious that we do this. But in having a conversation with someone I was talking to earlier today, I realized something that I've already known, that people will always be with and be where they want to be the most. There's no such thing as not having enough time. If someone tells you that they're busy all the time, they're too busy to be with you or to do what it is you want them to do. That doesn't mean that they're bad or mean or evil. It just means in their world, in their reality, you are not as yet, it could change. You are not a priority to them. Being with you is not something that they see as important because, like you could talk about a paradigm shift. Like I was saying to the person, well, look, if someone said to so and so that like, hey, I just got hit up from Drake. He says he's gonna fly all of us out to Italy to chill out on a yacht off the coast. You know, all expenses paid, a whole bunch of other things. People are gonna be there. I know you said you got a lot to do. Can you make it? Most people will be like, hell yeah, I can make it. That's a once in a lifetime opportunity. Yeah, like the landscape of your priorities will have shifted as a result of the paradigm. So you're like, and that's life. But maybe someone saying to you, hey, would you like to go to lunch with me? And they're like, oh, well, you know, I'd kind of rather go do this. And they're like, oh, you know, sorry, another time, I got a lot going on. And men do it to women, women do it to men. And it just shows that it has a lot to do with the value. Now, this person doesn't necessarily value you per se, or you them if you're doing it in the way that you know you might like to be valued. And it's not bad. You shouldn't take it to heart, especially if it's not done with any malicious intent. Like sometimes, like I'll talk to people and I'll send them messages, even fair greeting messages, like how you doing, how's things, are you doing well, and it will sit there, and I'm thinking, well, okay, I went out of my way to just say hi. But at the same time, what I'm doing there by greeting you is it's coming from a good place. So whether or not it's received or it's not, it's like planting a seed somewhere and the seed never growing. It doesn't change the value of your act. It just means that for whatever reason, the environment in which you placed that good thing wasn't good for it, or that there are other factors surrounding it that may be completely unrelated, that the person could be going through something, they could be ill. But these things are called reframing, when you take something and you look at it from a different perspective, like the person could have gone through something really terrible, they're not talking to anyone, they're out of the country, they haven't paid their phone bill. You look at it from any number of angles that are unrelated to you, so that you don't become emotionally attached to the situation, or better yet, negatively emotionally attached to the situation, which is usually not a good thing.